there's a separation here. There's the desire of this, like wanting to fuck, and actually doing it. I think this one here, the desire is absolutely normal and healthy, and I don't think we'd be men, heterosexual men, without it. And so I wouldn't ever think that desire that you have is a bad thing. Next time you see those girls that you are attracted to, try that thing that we just said in the call with the breathing. So you'll often find that when you get like, you know, somewhat horny, when you get like lust and you see these girls, it'll be in like this energy will be inside of your body in two different places, either in your like your balls and your dick, or in your head. Like you'll either fantasize about it mentally, or you'll just essentially get an erection. And the idea is that when either of that happens, focus more on like breathing and try to, I know it sounds weird, but try to like breathe that kind of built up energy around your body, and that can help you like almost, instead of being this, you know, this weird, almost like slightly like creepy kind of energy, like, you know, this weird kind of energy that comes inside of us, especially when we feel lust in like a public place and everything, to suddenly like you almost feel like quite energetic, and then you'll go, like you're in the gym, then you'll go hit a set which is way better. Sometimes you get this, like sometimes you've had in the gym where you see a girl and then you hit the set way better, but sometimes you get like that weird, like weirdly like fantasy thing which makes you feel more dirty, and the sets after that doesn't feel better. And maybe it's just a conscious effort to like circulate that kind of like stuck energy around our body through breathing, and like, you know, coming back to the present moment, like we were saying before, is like breathe fully down to your belly. That seems to be huge, because otherwise if you get this like block of energy that just stays in your mind, we know what that feels like. Those are the times when you just can't stop thinking about watching porn, and you know, you're just trying not to, and you're literally just like fucking around waiting for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and eventually you cave. Or like the same time when you're like your dick's really hard and you just like don't really do anything about it, and you're just kind of, you know, you're trying not to think about it, you're trying not to do it, and then you're like, oh fuck it, I may as well just fap there, you know, I'll just look at porn, but I won't really do anything, bro. Like one thing leads to another, so you don't want that energy like stuck. So that's the first thing I'd say. I'd say you've seen the recent videos I've talked where I don't think indulging in that desire is the right thing to do. Maybe if we lived like 1,000 years ago and success was that we just wanted to make our tribe conquer, and we were the warriors of that tribe, then probably we would actually like indulge. But the thing is, we wouldn't have done that just for pleasure. We genuinely would have done that for purpose, because the way that, you know, this is like parts of history that isn't actually spoke about, but rape and impregnating the enemy village's women, that's actually a war tactic. That was literally how like your village eventually went out to beat them. There was like, I remember reading this. There's a book called Hard Times Create Strong Men. I think a lot of guys here have heard of this, right? And they told this story of how this band of young men eventually left like this city or this kingdom, and they went to their own place. They set up their own tribe, but then they had an issue. It was literally just a big group of men. They set up their own tribe, but they don't have women there. They need women to make the tribe last longer, because, you know, they need to have children. And so just suddenly, like, the story unfolds, and I start to think like, oh shit, like this is some primal stuff, right? So these group of men, they're trying to figure out, okay, well, we need to get wives, we need to have children, otherwise we're literally missing the point of life, and our tribe will just go extinct. And, you know, they start to like message, or, you know, send owls or whatever to messengers to like nearby empires and cities, and to ask them, can we take your daughters for marriage? And essentially no one accepts, because they're just some random group of guys who are setting up like a new tribe. Then they set up their tribe and they host a massive feast, and they invite all of the same people who just rejected us, invite them, their families, and, you know, suddenly it's like a big multicultural like gathering of, you know, like, oh yeah, we're all gonna like, you know, get together in the tribes. These tribesmen here on the other side, they've brought like their wives, their daughters, everything, the children, for a big reunion. And then these men take their wives hostage, and they use rape as a weapon to impregnate all of them so that they can have children with those women. And just suddenly, when I was hearing this, I was like, for the first time, it's like, you realize like the weaponization of woman is actually a war tactic. And when you look around today, that's exactly what's happening. So back then, the thing is, these guys didn't just do it for purpose or for lust. They weren't just there like edging and thinking like, oh yeah, like this is our, like this is ye olden porn or something. Like they weren't doing it just a nut. They were genuinely doing it for purpose.